There are 384 ways I can hold this object based on like the size of my fingers and my really inarticulate math. This object is something I just bought. It's just a graphite ingot. You can get it at any like machining supply store, and it's meant to be like a surface to put things on so that you don't like hurt things underneath it, I believe. This object also leaves a mark because it's graphite, which is a really soft metal. In the stream this week, I'm going to be exploring all the ways I can use this tool, all the different ways I can hold it and create marks with it on my sketchbook. I'm going to be editing it down and putting it here on YouTube. So if you're interested in following along, subscribe and come hang out on Twitch if you'd like to participate in this exploration. So I got this cube, which is like a milling ingot. So it's a surface that you can mill into with like a laser or a Dremel. It draws. Like if I press really hard, does it do something different here than it's going to do there? And so far it seems like it's actually a pretty limited range. It might take a little bit to get some like truly dark values. I don't know how to use it yet. Like I'm still kind of learning. Like it's got straight lines, which is all I really need. The last couple days I've been making these weird gloves. I've been really obsessed with graphite because of this tool. So it's like a Conte crayon. It just has like such a versatility of mark. And now I'm trying to figure it out. It's not gonna be too hard, I don't think. I think it'll be fun. I love the shapes that these gloves kind of create around my hand. I've been doing this series of drawings that are revolved around like first person perspective. And this is kind of the next evolution of that. This glove looks useful. I like that they're semi-functionless sometimes. If I drew a straight line out to the right, would it touch my thumb in some way? But what big shapes of light and dark can I grab onto? Can I determine like where the edge of my image is going to be? So these like broader questions. Like I'm an oil painter most of the time, although on stream I've been pretty much doing drawings a lot just because it's easier to do in this camera and I like the act of like talking with people. A lot of times like using media that's a little less controlled. I like having the like hyper control of graphite. And I stream as like kind of a way to share what I do and have like a casual conversational space for it, but also as a way to kind of extend my teaching beyond the confines of a university. Every once in a while you sell a painting or something. But I think you can always call yourself a professional artist, I'm fine with it. I like how I can draw with like, by pressing backwards with my knuckles. So there are so many different ways I can make a mark, and it's just like very fidgety. Like it's a very fidgety toy, and I like that. This is my hand in a glove. I really like the kind of curved lines it can make. I can't show it because they're so subtle. Like this tool makes almost the same value mark every single time. So I can't like show you the differences, like those subtle fluctuations, but it's so nice because of how light the value is. Like I can draw pretty ephemerally until I need more darkness, and then I'm gonna have to figure something out. Yeah, it's super cheap. It was like $3 on Amazon and came next day. It was a very like cheap piece of mineral, so you could get one super easily. So there is this like aura of shadow around my hand, and it's got like this like dark kind of like a pattern where it goes from like over here it's dark, and then there's this area of light, and then there's this darkness again, and outside of that is this like really kind of pitch black shadow. So I'm gonna try and achieve that level of like value difference. I may need to break out the eraser, but I'm kind of hoping to just do this whole drawing with just this like cube. So there's a style of drawing that Kate, you might be interested in, that's called silver point, which is like, it's just this beautifully light, airy drawing. Yeah, I was like filling a table with these functionless gloves and having people try them on. And since I don't do that now, but I've been drawing and painting hands all year, I'm excited to just be creating them for myself, just for me. mainstream culture, I think it's becoming more of a conversation too, but gender identity is like really defined as a spectrum, and people find that the traditional pronouns tend to be really limiting and force you into like one or the other. And just like the way you express and the kind of space you want to create for people you can really affect that by like accepting certain pronouns or rejecting them, and like take control of the way that people identify you. And that's why I have they them listed in my description, just because I prefer to not be gendered, but also I'm a lot more, everyone has a different way of responding to pronouns, and like language for me isn't that determinant of my gender. Yeah, it's really complex though. I don't know if that answered at all. There's an ability for us to get contrast with this weird cube thing, which is great because I was worried about that. But now I'm trying to pull out this keyboard in some meaningful way. So I want this to feel closer to us, and I'm not sure how to do that yet, like right now, because I'm looking so like down at my hand. It is closer to me here, like I can feel this foreshortening happening, and that's like one of the most important visual aspects of this drawing, is like that feeling of it coming forward. My goal is for like me to see that change. And there are a couple ways I can go about doing that, which is just like finding these lighter, more like strict value divisions, so maybe some sharp lines. And then maybe I can go in with an eraser later, but I'm still trying to avoid using anything other than this like cube.